we have been having a day in Sayville with our two friends, Jackie and Lewis. And honestly, like, the one thing I have to say, like, growing up in the area, my biggest tip as a local is always checking out the vineyards in the winter months. Yeah. It's one of my favorite things.
To me is
top
better than on. I mean, granted, like, the weather is different. I'm saying that there's not, but I like that it's less crowded. I'm definitely 100%. A person who, like, granted, as much as I love people, I like being able to sit down and enjoy the place. Yeah.
Yep, you're seeing this right. We joined a pickleball league. We usually just play for fun, but tonight we signed up for some practice matches to get a proper breakdown of the game and learn the official rules, since, let's be honest, we usually just mess around. Our league officially starts next week, so we wanted to make sure we actually knew what we were doing. To our surprise, we knew more than we gave ourselves credit for. I'm so glad we decided to do this because it made us even more excited for the league. Everyone was so nice, and now I can't wait to see how we actually do on an official game.
So today I have a really fun errand. Today I'm going to be getting a book themed treat for our book club tonight. We actually read the book 7 Years Slip, and what's really convenient about this book is that one of the main characters is a chef, so he's cooked multiple things, but I'm going to be doing a sweet treat tonight and doing something that he actually wasn't well known for. He didn't do well at the lemon pies, so I'm actually going to go get one right now and also get a mocktail drink of the female character. Her name is Clementine, so I can bet you can guess which I'm going to be getting, Clementine drink. So I'm excited to run those errands and hopefully find what I need to find for tonight. Here are the goods. They only had lemon raspberry tart, so honestly it sounds just as good, so I'm pretty pumped.
So today is Pottery, and your girl found out that some of her pieces came back, which means I get to glaze them, which is definitely one of my favorite parts, but also the most stressful because honestly, it can make or break a piece in my opinion. And in this batch, I have Shannon's matcha bowl. So I ended up FaceTiming her to double check to make sure she liked the color I picked, because I would be so bummed if what I decided she did not like. So I ended up picking a kind of a light green matcha looking color that she agreed really would look lovely against the white. So I'm kind of glad we were on the same page. Now, something that can be really tricky with glazing is when I'm using these tongs, it'll create kind of an indent in the glaze. And here is the moment I realized realized that it kind of created what we call spider bites. So I'm kind of fixing it with my finger, hoping that it will not ruin the piece, which I don't think I did. I'm excited to get it back to kind of see if it did work or not. So the thing about glazing too is that you actually have to wait for it to completely dry before you give it a second coat. This is kind of the opportunity to work on other things in between glazing. And because I have a little bit more clay, this is my opportunity to create my own matchboxes. Since I figured I think I had enough clay left, which I definitely did. And at this point, it just become a science on figuring this out. And so I ended up putting a second coat on Shannon's matcha bowl, and I am devastated because it is cracking, which means it is not going to work in the kiln. So this means I have to wash it all off and wait to glaze it again. And the unfortunate thing is that this needs to completely dry, so that means I can't glaze this piece today. So I have to put it back on the shelf and wait for another day to glaze this piece. I want this to come out really good, so it's worth the wait in my opinion.
Okay, off to go get Shannon at the cafe.
Ready to make it to the sunset. Here's Kristin. We're gonna make it.
Okay, so today we are in Lindenhurst.
Yes.
We started off at one of our favorite cafes. We'll probably do another sort of vlog when we're actually working the full day. It was kind of just for like a little bit of personal projects, kind of getting them together by the end of the day, because this is kind of a later day Lindenhurst exploration.
I know, but it's kind of nice though. Like,
it is really nice
today.
No, I'm excited because now that it is later, that means we can get a beer.
Well, what's really cool about this town, and in my opinion, what I really like about this town is they actually have like this really cool main street, and they have a bunch of little breweries. So
it's easy to kind of brew hop around a little bit, which is really nice.
So after our little, getting our stuff together, we're like, let's do a little mini one. We're not going to go crazy. We have to drive.
No, we're not going to go crazy.
We're going to stop at our favorite one in the area. I think it's 27A Brewery, and it is such a cute little vibe. We've actually done a silent book club here, so I just can't wait to just have our own little glass and explore what the town has. Look who joined us! Friday. Mama Vogel has joined us for our Lindenhurst evening. We're now heading off to Hermanas for some empanadas. Funny story, after enjoying some empanadas next door, we were debating whether to hit one more spot. Since we were so close, we figured why not. To our surprise, we ended up meeting the sweetest woman who fosters dogs through an organization called Ollie's Angels Animal Rescue. For an hour, we just held this tiny pup, rocking him to sleep. I have so much admiration for people who foster animals because I know I could never do it. I form a bond with every animal I meet and wouldn't be able to let them go. Although I don't plan to adopt anytime soon, the fact that we almost called it a night just goes to show how unpredictable life can be. If we had decided to skip that last stop, we would have missed out on cuddling a 9-week-old puppy.